Good afternoon, men and brethren. Welcome back to my shop on this rainy Saturday afternoon. Just got done taking a 5-hour online recertification test and I'm a little loopy. So anyway, here's my brand new Champion Blower and Forge Company 20-inch square base camelback drill with the back gears. I found one of these listed on vintagemachinery.org. It was a price list from, I believe, 1924, and it listed this drill for, I believe it was $134. Anyway, I got a pretty good deal on it. The machine does work, and I'll get you in a little bit closer and we'll take a look at some of the stuff. Okay, up here on this tag it says the Faith Iron Company, Kansas City, Missouri. And that's Foxtrot Alpha Echo Tango Hotel. I suppose that it's Faith. I've never heard of that iron company out of Kansas City. Of course, don't live up close to Kansas City and ain't no Flatlanders, so I wouldn't know about such things. Okay, over here on this side, this handle is broke, and this is the rapid feed and retract for the quill. This is the rapid feed and retract for the quill, and that was broke, and the feller I bought this from, named Mr. Twitty, said that he broke that when he moved into the town where he was living when I bought this from the farm. Like 20 years ago, 15 years ago. But anyway, that's been broke for a long time. We'll need to make a new one of them. And there's also a clamp that goes up here around the top of the quill that comes down and depresses this lever right here to disengage the auto down feed. And that's just gone. The back gears do work, but there's something going on in there. I believe there's a big glob of mud dauber nest or something. This top shaft here, it kind of feels like the Babbitt may be fairly worn in that. I'm going to take it apart here in a minute and look. But this thing's going to get stripped down and cleaned. It is grimy. I don't think anything's been wiped off on this since Jimmy Carter was in office. And here we have on the table a whole bunch of apprentice marks. Obviously, I didn't do that, and I don't know. Mr. Twitty said that he had more respect for this machine than to do something like that, and I believe him. He seemed like a pretty stand-up guy. So here's some of the power feed stuff, and this power feed pulley and little jack shaft in here looks like it was left engaged all the time. I'm not sure about it, but this bushing, I don't know if this is going to be a brass bushing or if this is going to be a Babbitt. But this is pretty worn from the thrust of this belt pulling up on it for 100 years. So I've got to go through that. This up here is definitely not anything like a factory deal. It's a piece of iron that somebody has welded up. It's not welded to the cast iron, but I don't know what happened there. So this thing feeds, I think, 5 or 6 different ways. Of course, you have this handle to feed it. You have the rapid to feed it, the rapid up and down on your quill to feed it here. You also have hand feed here, and then when you turn this, then that engages the power feed, which is driven anytime that belt up there on the top is engaged. And this, there was, like I said before, there was a clamp up here on this lever on the quill that come down and tripped that to disengage the power feed so that you didn't get all them pecker marks in your table. And then once the power feed's disengaged, well, it's disengaged. So this is the motor setup. This is the lower jack shaft. I'll be taking this off here probably today and start cleaning on this lower jack shaft. I'm sure the Babbitts need tightened up on it. I think it's Babbitt. It may be brass bushings. but that jack shaft I think is a little bit loose. This belt's going to need some attention. I mean, it's 100 years old and I didn't give that much money for it. The motor does work. And as far as I can tell, everything is functional on this old drill. It goes and it turns and it power feeds. It just needs a lot and a lot of cleaning. So this is kind of an introduction to my new series. Y'all stay tuned, there'll be more.